Hey everybody, in this video we will discuss an important structure on ICT concepts, and by studying this structure and applying ICT concepts on it, you will be able to apply ICT concepts on other structures as well, because this chart covers all the core concepts of ICT. This strategy can be used on forex and crypto and on smaller time frames like 3 minutes, 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay, and the thing about this structure is when you study it, your win rate will be so high, but make sure not to skip the video, as in different areas there are certain spots for entry and for putting stop losses to keep the loss minimum if the structure fails. Okay, so let's jump straight into the strategy now. Okay, so you opened your chart and you saw that this chart is going down, or it's consolidating in this area. Here you can see it's going down and making lower lows. Okay, and suddenly you saw it making a higher high and the break off structure. Okay, here the structure got broken, break off structure. So that's the area of your interest. Okay, so what people do mostly is when they see a break off structure, they put their orders here. Okay, and suddenly it starts going down. Okay, and their stop loss gets hit or they get liquidated. So what happens is, when the structure gets broken, then usually it takes the liquidity here. Okay, this is the liquidity region, so it usually sweeps these lows. Okay, and usually what you get here is you get an order block. Okay, order block, if you have watched my previous video, I have explained in detail what order blocks looks like. So if you don't know what order block is, you should watch that video. So once it sweeps these lows, and usually these are Monday lows, I have seen in many occasions that most of the time these are the Monday lows. So once these lows are swept and it goes back into this region, that's the area you should long, and you should keep your stop loss here below this swing low. Okay, because once it goes back towards here, then your structure gets failed, so your stop loss should be at this area. Okay, now it starts going up, so here you will see some previous day swing high or some weekly high, so that should be your target. Okay, like if here you have previous day's high, then that should be your target. You should take your profits at this area. Okay, or if the previous day high is here, that should be your target. So this was all about the entry points. Okay, like you should wait for the market structure break, sweep off the lows, and then you should get an entry with your stop loss below this swing low. Now how would you know if it's a reversal or it's just a retest? So in the reversal, what happens is most of the time it sweeps previous day's high. Okay, or either here is a Monday high, so it sweeps that, and then if you get a break of structure to the downside, that's your reversal point. Okay, it swept Monday's high or previous day high, then the structure got broken to the downside. Okay, you usually get a bearish order block here, then you will get a fair value gap here. There will usually be a fair value gap. So once it goes back into that fair value gap, you should get into your shorts, and your stop loss should be above this swing high. Okay, and again your target should be these swing lows. So usually what happens is it goes back, okay, into this area, and then you should decide your daily bias, which I have shared in many videos, like how should you know your daily bias. So you will get to see the structure most of the times. Okay, break of structure, sweep of the lows, pumps to the previous days or Monday's high. Okay, then break of structure, goes back to fair value gap, and then it comes down, and usually there is a redistribution. Okay, this is called redistribution, like there is some fair value gap. Okay, it goes back into that fair value gap, and then it starts going down to another low. There would be another important low. Okay, so now I will show you the structure on this chart. Okay, on this Bitcoin 5-minute chart, you see it's going down and making lower lows and lower highs, but suddenly here it made a higher high and then it swept the lows. Okay, so when it goes up into this area, that's where you should enter. Your stop loss will be below this, and see it went up. Okay, went up to this swing high, you took your profits, and then there is an order block. You see this is an order block. Okay, also the structure got broken to the downside. It went up, filled that gaps, and then came down. Okay, so this was the structure which I just showed you. Okay, and it happened last night with Bitcoin.